I was at an AIDS conference where we were discussing the value of integrating sexual and reproductive health services and HIV. And I still recall that a young woman from the audience stood up and said, "Can I be heard?" She said, "I am living with HIV. You should be asking me this question." Think about it this way, that if I go to a service, I want to get treated by someone who approaches me with compassion, with caring, without any discrimination. When I have an integrated service, I am more likely to have someone deal with me as a human being, not necessarily a person just living with HIV. So she said, if that's the one thing you can give me integrated services, then I will know that you really understand the world in which I live. But Pathfinder believes that integration is critical because it really addresses the realities of what people are living. They do not have the time, they do not have the means to go to different services at different points of time. Pathfinder recently won a project in Haiti. We are back there after 10 years. This is one of the largest mHealth projects that in the world right now. We're using mobile technology to track and counsel clients and therefore retain the data. So that's one use of mobile health. But we are also using what you call M-Pesa in some ways. That is mobile money to get money to community workers. No matter how far we go in terms of extending the partnerships that we engage in, the kinds of innovations we are involved in, the integration we are involved in, there is one principle that Pathfinder never forgets, and that is to stand up for the rights of people who are least served, and in this instance, their sexual and reproductive rights. In 2005, we, Pathfinder International, along with a few other organizations, took the US government to court. The US government, in return for certain funding they were giving us, was insisting on a policy to be placed against prostitution and trafficking, to be placed publicly. We had a problem with that because we felt that was challenging free speech, and it was also making it difficult for us to work with people who need to be served while condemning them for the practices in which they were engaged. After a long spell, we won the case in the Supreme Court. So we stood up for free speech and we stood up for working with people who need our services the most. Pathfinder has a rich history of more than 55 years of leading in the area of sexual and reproductive health. What we want to do is to build on that history. What are the new challenges that we will face in this area? And to make sure that we're using state-of-the-art technology. We are being innovative as we go along. We're taking the necessary risks that you need to take if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be an innovator, in order to benefit the people we serve. And we listen to the voices of the people. So what I'm saying right now really comes from the wisdom of many of our beneficiaries, and I hope we will continue to serve them for another 55 years or more.